Hello everybody, again on the second day of EUROT here. Today is also the second webinar of Meerwied. Yesterday we spoke about spotlights on poultry nutrition. Today we'll speak about pig nutrition, and of course we'll put some spotlights on some main topics, what are the current situation, and where will be the tendencies of the nutrition in the next decades. So of course we will touch some points like animal welfare or antibiotic reduction. So I think it will be interesting 25 minutes, so please stay with us. My name is Gintras Grigišas. I'm responsible for the sales team in East Europe, Asia and Near East. And today with me is my colleague Alfons Heseker. Alfons, welcome you to also to this webinar. Alfons is our senior pig nutritionist and more than 13 years in the company. I think you have seen so much farms, Alfons, from different countries, and yes. We are really happy that you are here, and today even you are leading our department for the innovation. So thank you that you are here today and sharing with us your experience.
Thank you. I want to welcome you to the pig world today, and I want to give you a presentation afterwards, after Ginter's introduction.
Exactly. So before we start the presentations, I would like to mention that all participants can use the chat and of course write the questions. Our colleague Mario Brache is there and try to answer your questions or connect to our colleagues or also later on with us. Feel free also to contact us after the webinar, after the session with deeper questions, and of course then we have a little bit more time to go in one or another topic more exact and to explain some things maybe more deeper. So before we start, Alfons, your presentation, I would like just to mention shortly and to steal 3 minutes from you and to explain what this company Meerwied is standing for. Our senior owner established the company more than 50 years ago and hid the world's minerals, amino acids, and vitamins behind the name Meerwied. The company is still in the hands of the family and offers solutions to reduce or prevent antibiotic usage in the modern animal production. Meerwied headquarters is still based in the north part of Germany, where we today have a lot of snow. And here the animal has the highest density in Germany, and sometimes it's even called as the Silicon Valley of animal production. In the modern factories, what you see here in yellow, we are able to produce powder products like premixes, feed additives, as for example, toxin binders, antioxidants, or coated minerals, and other feed supplements. We're also producing liquid product solutions, which in most of the cases are provided to the animals through the drinking lines. More information about specialties products, of course, you will find on our homepage, www.meerwied.de. Our factories in Spain and Vietnam are the logical extension of our expansion to the world. We try to be closer to the customers as we are already delivering in more than 80 countries. To keep the high quality of the products and to develop the new solutions in today's fast-changing world, we can offer you our team of experts from nutrition engineers, chemists, veterinarians, logistics, feed law experts, which can consider your challenges from different perspectives. Added to this, we are speaking approximately 20 languages, which help us to be closer to you and to explain our ideas and solutions in your language. In the last slide, I would like to highlight that Meerwied, as an innovative company, spread its activities not only in animal nutrition sector, but also in pet food, biogas, and food. We are also able to bring your product ideas in reality and to produce them under your name and logo. Herewith, we support you in the product developments and share our expertise from many years. Hundreds of different packaging let you find the right packaging size for your needed product solutions. So after the Miavit explanations, Alfons, I would like to give the word now to you and to start the presentation and explanation of your ideas.
Yeah, thank you, Ginty, again. I want to welcome you again for the presentation, Spotlights in Pig Nutrition. We want to give you an outlook for the 2020s decade about main existing problems in pig production and their possible solutions. The actual discussion about prospective pig production is going on. The main spotlights will be to produce healthy food with better healthy meat. This is correlated in the public opinion with antibiotic-free food. The reduction of antibiotic substances is a really main spotlight worldwide. Further on, the sustainable production and animal welfare arguments are more and more influencing the future of pig production. Upcoming epidemic problems like African swine fever is a big risk and has to be controlled. And last but not least, the sector of pig production must be profitable for the farmers. Miavit is an international premix company, is part of this production chain, and takes the responsibility and knowledge to create solutions. So far, all of us, we have to do a lot in the next 10 years. The constant efforts to reduce antimicrobials was and is the main work of the near future of all members of the pig production chain. Between 2010 and 2017, the sales in veterinary agents in 31 European countries shows in total a reduction of 32%. This means that a lot of work in better management and animal nutrition already has been implemented, but we still have to go on. As an example, the reduction of microbials in animal production in Germany has been reduced from 2011 to 2019 up to 60.7%. In the last years, the reduction seems to slow a little bit down. Besides this success, the focus for the next years will be more directed to the different production phases of pig production. This will give us new chances for prospective reductions. When we take a look on the cycle of life, starting with the insemination and ending with the slaughtering and processing, we can select some very important and weak periods. These phases are the insemination, early pregnancy, farrowing, lactation, rearing, and fattening phases. The careful observation of these periods is needed, and here we have to create more special nutritional solutions. It means after the embryonal survival and the quality of the embryos is very important. Here we have to mention the influence of right feeding in early pregnancy on the homogeneity of the litter. The hyperprolific sows show at the end of pregnancy and starting of lactation a negative nutrient balance. This causes a lot of metabolic stress. After birth, the survival ratio of the newborn piglets needs a lot of attention, as well as we need to avoid neonatal diarrhea to decrease the losses. We see that weaning rises in many cases incidences of weaning diarrhea problems. Here we need more special feed solutions. In the fattening, we have to look for a better efficiency and a good quality and meat percentage. In case we want to look for nutritional solutions to solve the problems which we discussed before, we want to choose out of a huge list of various supplements the right molecules and combinations. For example, Miavit has more than 850 different raw materials or better supplements in stock. A lot of experience and knowledge is needed to create reliable solutions for the different situations. In a kind of elevation model, it is shown that the various feed supplement groups have different mode of actions on the efficiency and performance. For example, it is well known that amino acids, enzymes, organic acids, or trace elements and vitamins are very efficient to enhance the performance. When we look which feed supplements have a further potential for development, we see supplements like antioxidants, bioactive peptides, enzymes, phytogenics, polyphenols, or even special trace element creations. They have a really big potential for innovative developments. As one example, let's have a look on the influence to pregnancy due to the nutritional supplements. Today, hyperprolific sows need more attention due to very high litter sizes of more than 16 to 18 born piglets per litter. The big litter sizes is related to lower birth weights of the piglets and inhomogeneous birth weights in the litter. So the incidences of higher mortality in the first days after farrowing is increased. As a conclusion, there are negative effects on the profitability and of course on the animal welfare. In this slide, you can see the upcoming problems of higher performance in sow units. It is well documented that in bigger litters, the average birth weights are lower and the birth weight variation is bigger. Also, it is known that the amount of underweight born piglets is increasing, and finally, the mortality is increasing. New research shows that there is an impact of oxidative stress on the pregnancy. Nutritional supplements like polyphenols can stabilize this situation. Oxidative stress will last to a disorder in the placentation period. The occurrence of oxidative stress has a negative effect on the embryonal and fetal development periods. And also, oxidative stress results in an intrauterine growth retardation. From the nutritional point of view, special antioxidative substances have the ability to lower oxidative stress and the negative impacts. Molecules like hydroxytyrosol have positive effects on the birth weight of piglets, especially in stress situations. Creations of special antioxidative substances combined in Miafenol can help to stabilize the pregnancy period of sows. As an example, in a farm trial, the influence of special polyphenols called Miafenol on the birth weight of piglets is shown in this slide. It was seen that the polyphenols have no influence on the litter size, but, and this is very interesting, the supplementation of polyphenols increase the birth weight of live born piglets plus 100 grams. This higher birth weight of 100 grams is really huge. It is also noted that the polyphenol addition, the underweight born piglets below 1 kilograms are less, and the number of piglets over 1.2 kilograms are really more. Also, it was observed that the homogeneity in the complete litters are better. So the conclusion is that special polyphenols like Miafenol show positive effects on the survival of newborn piglets, enhance the profitability, and ensure better animal welfare aspects. In the second spotlight, we focus on the situation of sows in the late pregnancy and early lactation. Hyperprolific sows in the transition period need more attention due to high embryonal growth, udder development, decreased stomach volume, increased nutritional need, increased metabolic stress. Hyperprolific sows produce today around 30% higher fetal weight at the end of pregnancy, as you can see. In this situation, the feed intake is not good enough. So the sows have to mobilize for this growth their body reserves, body protein, body fat. We call this a negative nutrient balance situation, which causes a lot of stress in the liver. And sometimes this situation overstresses the liver. The other problem is that after farrowing, the milk production is starting immediately. The start of the milk production interacts with a rapid turnover of nutrients from feed or body reserves to the milk. Here we see in many cases that sows get problems with their milk production at the day 3 to 6. We call this post-farrowing agalacty syndrome. What happens in the situation of metabolic stress in late pregnancy and early lactation can be explained in this slide. In the situation of negative nutrient balance situation, body reserves like body fat or protein must be mobilized. The liver as a central organ is responsible for this metabolization. The turnover and metabolic stress in the liver is becoming too high, and so we see more free radicals and ketone bodies are formed. The metabolic capacity of the liver is overstrained. It is also known that sows in early lactation lose about 0.5 millimeters back fat per day. This is roughly 1.5 kilogram body fat per day. The situation of increased metabolic work, the liver needs an extra support by metabolic supplements like B vitamin complexes or special emulsifiers. This extra metabolic support, like with products named theocolin, give sows the possibility to work on a higher level. The metabolic poisoning with ketones and free radicals is then prevented. Finally, the performance run in a normal, but of course, higher level. The third spotlight will be about piglets' survival after birth and the prevention of neonatal diarrhea incidences. Newborn piglets need more attention to survive due to cold environment after birth, stabilization of body temperature, active research for energy, active search for immunization, and prevention of bacterial contamination. One of the main problems today in piglets production is that modern sows give birth to lots of piglets. So more piglets, so per litter we find more piglets than sometimes 16, 18 or even 20 born piglets. The higher number of piglets increases clearly the percent of underweight piglets. We all know that the mortality of piglets with a birth weight below 1.2 kilograms is extremely higher. Also, the small piglets are not really able to drink enough colostrum. So, the demand of colostrum intake will enhance the mortality, which is shown in this slide. In the next slide, you see in a calculation model that piglets in the first 24 hours need 1 megajoule metabolizable energy to survive. They are born with around 0.4 megajoules own body reserves, but they need directly 0.6 megajoules energy uptake from the colostrum. If this is not enough, they need extra intake by special replacers or boosters. One of these boosters can be Mia-Kick. In trials on farms, is found that after the application of boosters like Mia-Kick to newborn piglets, the mortality in the first 5 days after farrowing is 10% less. It was also observed that in the first litter sows, the losses were 23% less than in the control group without an application. So the application of a booster like Myatic is a really good support for better profitability and more animal welfare. There are some known factors which are important for the occurrence of neonatal porcine diarrhea. It is mainly caused by infectious pathogens. The villus capacity in the gut for nutrient absorption is then reduced. Finally, the mortality is increased. Among the secondary plant extracts and metabolites, the group of polyphenols, based in this case on tannins, show a very good mode of action to control neonatal diarrhea incidences. The tannin protein complex is protecting the mucosa of the intestinal tract very efficiently. Results from different trials show that special tannin-based doses like MIA-First-Aid-L can stop these diarrhea problems. It was also observed that they have the same or even better mode of action against diarrhea problems like antibiotics. This trial, the losses were only 8.9%. The trial group with a tannin dose, but in the control group with an antibiotic injection, 13.3. So a lot higher in the antibiotic group. Also, the Fickle score shows that there is no difference in the two groups of antibiotic treatment or the treatment with an anti-tannin-based doser. So this doser is another example for the possibility to decrease the antibiotic use. In the last spotlight, we want to mention the weaning situation. Weaning of piglets can cause weak health situation due to rapid change of feed, change of climate, risk of higher mortality, and bad performance. Insufficient developed immunity, enhanced incidences of diarrhea problem, enhanced use of antibiotics. This slide shows that in 5 years, from 2014 to 2019, the usage of antibiotics in Germany's pig production is decreased by 42%. But still, the highest amount of antibiotics is used in the rearing period. So here it is clear for all of us, here we have to look for more solutions. We have to do more activities to find the right way how to decrease antibiotics. So from some new product ideas, we want to go now to some special protected zinc sources, which are shown that such products can be an alternative to the common use of antibiotics or enhanced zinc supplementations. In new trials, the performance in daily growth with the protected zinc product, MiaTrace Zinc, was the same like in the overdosing zinc group.
Alfons, maybe you can a little bit summarize this, as we have approximately 1 minute left with the last spotlight, just to have the last idea.
Okay, I will check it. Also, the Fickle score between the group with high zinc supplementation and groups with normal protected zinc, MiaTrace Zinc levels are the same. So with the new protected zinc products, we can see the same performance parameter and efficient diarrhea control, and a real key for further antibiotic reduction in the rearing phase. So the final conclusion is that nutritional supplements become more and more important to solve weak situations in pig productions instead of antibiotics. The creation of and development of nutritional problems solutions is done due to a combination of different supplements to get an enhanced mode of action. Premix companies like Miavit have the whole range of all kinds of supplements and molecules in their portfolio. They have the experience and they have the ability to create solutions for the existing spotlights in big nutrition in the next future. Thank you for your attention, and I also want to name my colleagues which are responsible for this presentation. Thanks a lot, and see you later.
Thanks a lot, Alfons. And as we are running out of time, I would like to thank also all participants hearing us. And I just want to show that, of course, as we mentioned before, feel free to contact us over the chat or even directly, and to visit our EuroTIR platform. We are as well on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. And as a last word, I would say stay healthy, and hope to see you next time, not only in our digital platform, but also personally. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.